What if one single act of kindness, one moment of courage, could change the fate of nations? He never expected a quiet choice he made at 19 would one day decide whether the West lived in peace or burned in war. The scorching sun rose over the endless plains, painting the horizon with gold and fire. Noah Callahan, a young cowboy with dust in his boots and a heart still learning how to stay tough, rode across the Arizona trails searching for strays from the ranch herd. Life was simple for him: cattle, sunburn, and the ache of a future that felt too ordinary. But on this day, destiny waited just beyond a riverbank. Noah heard a faint splash, then a cry. The river surged violently, swollen by the rainy season. And there, caught between the currents, was a girl, young, exhausted, her long black hair tangled around her face. Her hands clawed at the water, slipping again and again. Without a thought, Noah leapt from his horse and dived in, battling the roaring current. His muscles screamed as he pulled her to shore. She lay coughing, terrified, wearing Apache tribal clothing. Her dark eyes darted like a cornered animal's. Noah raised his hands gently. "You're safe now. I ain't here to hurt you." She didn't speak, just watched him with trembling fear. He offered her food, waited silently until she ate. Her voice finally emerged, broken, soft. "My name is Nita." Noah learned she had been separated from her tribe, lost for days without food or shelter. He guided her to safety, careful not to scare her. When they reached her people, Apache warriors rode out to meet them, bows drawn. Noah stepped forward, unarmed, heart pounding. A towering chief dismounted, Chief Cochin, Nita's father. The chief saw the truth in his daughter's eyes, and his own hardened face cracked with overwhelming relief. He pressed a hand to Noah's chest, a sign of deep gratitude. "I will not forget," the chief vowed, but Noah didn't know that fate was already writing a promise into history, one that would echo louder than war drums. That night, as Nita looked back at him, Noah simply tipped his hat and smiled before riding away, and life went on. Years passed, dust settled on memories, but destiny, it never forgets. 15 years later, Noah had grown into a weary man, scarred by life, worn down by the world. His ranch struggled. The townsfolk had turned hostile, blaming him for a drought and disputes he had nothing to do with. Greedy settlers wanted his land, and a pack of gunmen had sworn they'd drive him off by sunrise. Noah stood alone on his porch, rifle in hand, knowing one man could not fight many. He whispered to the stars, "Lord, I don't want to die for dirt and fences, but I won't run." Then, thunder rolled, not from the sky, hooves. Hundreds, warriors emerged from the darkness, armor glinting, spears raised, fierce horses snorting clouds into the night. At their front rode a stunning woman clad in decorated Apache regalia. Her gaze locked on Noah, deep with recognition. It was Nita, but no longer a frightened girl. She was a warrior, a leader, a storm. She dismounted, walked slowly up the porch steps. "You saved me once," she said. "Today, I save you." Behind her, her father, older but still powerful, saluted Noah with the same hand he had placed on his heart all those years ago. Gunmen gathered on the distant ridge froze when they saw the Apache host, a force large enough to trample them into dust. They turned their horses around, fleeing in terror. Noah's knees weakened. "You came back," he whispered. Nita smiled warmly, a glimmer of the child he once rescued shining through her warrior pride. "A good deed is a seed, cowboy," she said. "It grows, even if you forget you ever planted it." The ranch was saved. The town changed its tune quickly, realizing a man respected by warriors was not a man to cross. But more than land was saved that night. Noah had once saved a life, and that life returned with an army. Years later, legends would be told about a cowboy and an Apache girl, two strangers whose kindness defied history, whose loyalty united worlds meant to stay divided. And folks would learn the message their story left behind: one act of kindness can echo across time, until it becomes strong enough to change the world.